Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Steve with Real Progressives. It's been a few days since I've come online, gave myself Sunday to break, chilled with the family, kept an eye on the happenings in the Dakota Access Pipeline and the ridiculous crackdown our government is allowing to happen right under its nose. I mean, right under its nose. Our president is sitting by idly. Trump is sitting by idly. Clinton, who was never a leader to begin with, is sitting by idly. The only guy who's spoken out is Bernie Sanders. And of course, you've got our Green Party friends that are doing it as well. But let's be fair. The Green Party, as much as they're trying to activate on this stuff, was only able to generate 1% of enthusiasm on the record during this election cycle. So for those powers that be, is there any question whatsoever that we don't have a functioning democracy at this point? I mean, is there any question in your mind whatsoever that our government is completely and utterly corrupt, does not care about its people? Is there anybody out there that's still heralding Obama as a great president? Obama's still the president right now. He doesn't have to worry about getting reelected. Yet Obama is deadly silent about the Dakota pipeline right now. He's deadly silent about the protests. He's deadly silent about the tactics the police used last night. He's deadly silent about the violence inflicted on peaceful demonstrators, people that were fighting to keep water safe. President Obama is doing this. Are there still any of you people out there that are adamantly propping up Obama as some great, awesome president? Are you still doing that? If you are, take your right hand and slap yourself as hard as you can to save us the trouble of finding you and doing it for you. Because this is the time where people prove they care about the issues. This is where the rubber meets the road. And what I'm seeing, sadly, is still this perversion, and it is a perversion of any kind of sanity whatsoever with this whole vote blue mindset, even post-election. These worthless people, these people that don't care about anything are still out there chasing people around, bragging about Obama, telling people to shut up, basically. I'm not even joking. It is that kind of pathetic. And then, as we sit there and we're trying to recreate what it looks like to be a progressive, we're trying to demand, to place stakes in the ground and say, no, this is what it means to be progressive. People are already out there peddling Elizabeth Drug Warren, never Warren, the one that sidled up with Clinton and the one that was deathly silent during the primaries, the one who left us hanging, that same one. They're already trying to position her as the voice of the party. Chuck Schumer, that whole gang, where are they on this pipeline, folks? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Are they busy talking about Donald Trump? Are they busy talking about something he said 20 years ago or something? Where are they at this pipeline? Where are they? And ironically, I see a whole lot of Josh Fox posts, and we've posted a few of them from Twitter. But Josh Fox hasn't taken it on the chin and admitted that these people are spineless, worthless losers. That he hasn't come out and said how horrible the Democratic Party is handling the pipeline. He has stayed silent on that issue. And that is a shame. And that is why we can't have nice things. People are still protecting blue. People are still protecting blue. Which brings me to the next point. And this is the one that's going to infuriate you. If the Dakota stuff didn't piss you off, if that didn't get you red hot and going, then this here will. Right now, according to, I believe it's Article 5 of the Constitution, the GOP is one state house away from being able to call a constitutional convention. one state house away. They believe that they'll be able to do that in New Jersey. What does that mean to you and me? That means they can do an end around on Congress and the Senate. That means they can make laws, constitutional law. They can literally change the Constitution. And some of the things that are coming up, I'll save my most important one for last, but let me read you a couple of them from Texas Governor Greg Abbott. He's put up 9 amendments that he would like to see in a constitutional convention. 9 of them. And for example, he wants a 2/3 majority of the states to override a Supreme Court decision or any federal law or regulation. Abbott also proposes that a 7-justice supermajority is required for Supreme Court decisions that invalidate any democratically elected law. So in other words, populism sweeps in, and all of a sudden, a bunch of people decide that they think bigotry should be codified right into law. If enough people want it, there is no constitutional prevention. There is no Supreme Court justice that could really invalidate that, because there's no way that you would get all 7 to agree on any one thing. It just wouldn't happen. But let me tell you what the real linchpin to their constitutional convention really is all about. The push for this has been going on for some time. Many of you out there are not economically minded in the least. You don't pay attention to economics. You don't pay attention to anything that would in any way, shape, or form help push the progressive message forward. You just think about how you write your checks, and you think about, hey, I don't have money in the bank account. The federal government shouldn't be able to spend more than it has either. Damn it. Damn it. Well, the GOP would like to push a balanced budget amendment, a constitutional balanced budget amendment that would literally bring the country to its knees. It would decimate us. It would take away all shock absorbers in the economy. There would be no rebounding from that. And then if any of these other foolish laws got in play, if any of them got in play, like some of Abbott's ideas about 7 justices taken to overturn, boy, oh boy, you talk about being FUBAR, and it would be a total takedown of our ability to in any way, shape, or form absorb any shocks to the global economy. The GOP would have literally destroyed us. And worse yet, there's some of you that would have helped them. Some of you that believe in the gold standard. Some of you that believe in metalism. Some of you that believe in balanced budgets. Some of you that are just as bad as the GOP. Some of you that are as dull as a spoon that think that we should have balanced budgets. Some of you that are so ignorant you should cash in your voting rights for getting some Cracker Jacks or something less harmful. Because if you believe in balanced budgets, you should never vote again. You're an economic terrorist and a dullard. And this Thanksgiving, I'm sure you'll be carving your turkey with your mental spoon. Balanced budgets are literally crippling. We are monetarily sovereign. We have the ability to print money as needed. You do that and you destroy our nation. You destroy our sovereignty. That makes you an economic terrorist, and that makes you my personal #1 enemy. You're an economic terrorist if you buy that. And economic terrorism to me is every bit as bad as bringing a bomb to the table. That's right. You folks that want a balanced budget amendment, public enemy #1. You're the reason we can't have nice things. You're the destroyer of all things good. You don't pay attention. You think you know, but you know nothing. And that makes you an economic terrorist. The very thing that this country needs as a net importer is massive deficit spending. Massive. This is simple. But there are stupid people, and folks, I'm not even going to say it nicely. They are stupid, stupid people in the world. They have the power to destroy you and I with their ignorance. They have the power to destroy our children with their ignorance. That is a shameful place to be. That is shameful. Shameful. Time and time again, we have demonstrated the need for filling the bathtub up with deficit spending when we have an outflow because of horrible trade imbalance in the tune of $500 billion a year. But yet you still continue to say that we need a balanced budget. That is revolting. It is stupid. It is ignorant. And it is lethal to those who can least absorb your stupidity. That is the definition of forced austerity when we need not have any. But your ignorance and your unwillingness to learn are condemning millions of people to a substandard living, to even abject poverty. And that makes you an economic terrorist. That makes you public enemy number one. And if this constitutional convention were to come up, sadly, I know what to expect from the GOP. I'm hoping I can get better from a real progressive. I'm hoping progressives decide to stay the smart ones in the room. But unfortunately, I've seen far too many who skew libertarian, who don't understand anything, who go on the Ron Paul sites and read those really bad blogs with all the gold shit all over it. You know what I'm talking about? They're economic terrorists. And they're more lethal than a bigot. They're more lethal than a warmonger. They're more lethal than any human being on the planet. The people that want to cut spending are the people that will literally bring our country to its knees. There is no single-payer health care. There will not ever be environmental fixes. There would never be any of the things that we have sought for. Not one of them can come true in light of a balanced budget. So keep it up. I should be able to count on progressives to be the smart ones in the room. I'm hoping I'm not wrong. Because pretty soon, if you don't know enough how to fight against this stuff, we're going to cripple our own nation to the point where we can't recover. And they will have enough little stopgaps in there to block any changes. If you're for a balanced budget for the federal government, you're an economic terrorist, whether it be by ignorance or evil. You're an economic terrorist. This is Steve with Real Progressives, hoping you wake up and fight like hell against any kind of balanced budget amendment. Keep fighting in solidarity for the people at the pipeline. And for God's sake, learn economics. Have a good day.